Okay, for the video, I need you to pretend to be me on Twitter.
Excuse me?
Thank you to the Great Courses Plus for sponsoring this video. Hello, how's it going? I am Taha, and I am what some people would consider an extremely online person. Basically, I tweet a lot, and sometimes people ask me why I tweet so weirdly, maybe using commas in a strange way or formatting tweets very specifically. And I didn't really have an answer for why it be like that. It just be. Until I got this text from my dad asking me how I was. And it got me thinking about why when older people text, it always seems so blunt or tonally off. I mean, clearly my dad isn't trying to be blunt with me, he's literally asking me how I am, but something about the way that older people text made me feel off. And I never really had a good answer for this until I started learning about informal writing. Now, informal writing is something that we do all of the time when we tweet or caption an Instagram or text people. In the before times, you would basically spend your social life communicating verbally through your face and body, and basically only write informally in a diary or through a letter. But due to technology and especially social media, informal writing has really seen a rise in popularity. And being a generation that's grown up online, we've really learned to express our voice, tone, and personalities through text better than any generation before. The use of text in informal contexts can express a lot more than what we've formally been taught in schools. You kind of already know this, just deep down in your heart. So let's talk about it. For example, we can put emphasis on certain words to approximate inflections that we might find verbally. How are you becomes different to how are you or how are you? But there's way more than just capitals or even approximating verbal tonality. Typographical tone of voice can become unique to the written medium. Full stop can indicate bluntness, passive aggressiveness, or hostility. All caps can indicate excitement, shouting, or other strong feeling. The tilde is the squiggly line often used to indicate sarcasm or whimsy. Crossed out text can indicate a thought that was going to be said, but was decided against, communicating subtleties that otherwise would be lost. If someone replied to "How are you?" with the phrase "I'm fine," it could mean very different things given the typographical tone of voice being used. "I'm fine" is a very different response to "I'm fine." "I'm fine." "I'm fine." "I'm fine." Even though the actual words themselves are the same, what is communicated can vary. However, what's seen as a neutral tone can vary wildly, especially between young people who grew up learning to communicate socially on the internet and those who didn't. And that's how you get a text like my dad's coming across as tonally blunt. Given who I am and how much time I spend online, I see the full stop as an indication of tone, whereas my dad just sees it as a way of splitting up two different thoughts. Personally, I would have sent those two thoughts as two different texts, or put a couple commas in between instead of a full stop. What's really interesting about informal writing is not only do the norms change from generation to generation, but everyone has their own personality and tones of voice. And that all comes across in how we write informally to each other. It's like we all have our own typographical fingerprints. I thought I'd see if I could teach my friends to write in my typographical tone of voice by giving them my Twitter account. My plan is to create a guide based on what I've learned about informal writing, to help my friends write the way that I would. Then send them the guide, they'd write some tweets, we would tweet them, and we'd see if anyone notices that there were imposters among us. So I researched my own tweets, getting somewhat distracted in the process, until I had a rough guide. Hello, I've been at this for a couple of... I think I've got everything I need to get from Twitter, but this is what it looks like. Look at my work. Do you like it? So now I'm going to transfer all of this information into the only app that productivity YouTubers use nowadays.
Wow.
So I can send it to my friends. Then I digitized it, recruited some friends. Okay, for the video, I need you to pretend to be me on Twitter.
Excuse me?
Amazing. Thank you, Melissa. And sent them the guide.
Hello?
Hello?
Did Tahat ask you to write tweets?
Yeah, what the heck?
Did you see his style guide thing?
Yeah, I did.
So punctuation. Always use 2 commas where you would normally use 1 comma.
His style guide is basically just add more punctuation.
He's like literacy. do not see.
I think I'm just gonna tweet about orange juice. And then just, throw some commas in there. There you go, Taha tweet.
Wait, send it. I want to see it.
How's that?
That looks like a Taha tweet.
I'm the ghostwriter of Can't Stop Me.
But genuinely, that looks like a real tweet. Are we even going to be able to tell the difference between what's real and what's fake?
The takeaway is Taha isn't real.
Okay, bye.
Okay. So, it's been a couple days, I got the tweets from my friends, I tweeted them out, and nobody noticed. I think it was a combination of the fact that the style guide was pretty comprehensive, the fact that on Twitter nobody cares, and also the fact that my friends kind of already know who I am. But that was kind of easy mode. Nobody was trying to spot a fake, so it was pretty easy for us to just blend into the background. But now, we're going to put that to the test. I'm going to give you a couple of tweets that I have written and one tweet that I didn't write. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comments to figure out which one's which. If you guys aren't easily able to distinguish between the imposter and the not imposter, then I guess we succeeded. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in the style guide that I made, we'll be sending it out via our newsletter, so if you aren't already subscribed, subscribe. It's free. We only send it out once a month, so it's not really going to bother your inbox. So why not give it a shot? I don't know, maybe. So here's the interesting thing. Not only have I created a guide on how to impersonate myself online, but I've also learned that the way that I write informally through Twitter or text isn't bad writing or immature. It's actually a highly developed form of language. It's a way that we communicate tone, voice, and personality through text. And that's pretty cool. So the next time someone asks you, why do you tweet so weird? You can send them this video and give us views, because we like views. Welcome to YouTube. Hello, it is Endscreen Taha. If you liked watching the video as much as I enjoyed making it, you'll really like this series on how digital technology affects us on the Great Courses Plus, who are kindly sponsoring this video. The Great Courses Plus is a on-demand video learning service that provides lectures and courses from top professors and experts. Recently, I've gotten really obsessed with chess, and it seems like Great Courses Plus has a course for everything I could ever be obsessed with. So if you are interested in interesting things, I'm sure you're going to find something on Great Courses Plus for you. You can get a free trial at thegreatcoursesplus.com/answerinprogress, which not only gets you thousands of hours of great content, but also helps out this channel, which is always a good thing. That's the end of the video.